These are the best stealth games available on PC, from the sneaky Dishonored and Splinter Cell games to the creative killer sandboxes of Hitman. The best stealth games occupy a curious niche in PC gaming. Occasionally, the best stealth games are something of their own, the result of a developer who has channeled all of a game's mechanics into the thrill and satisfaction of killing, stealing, and infiltrating unnoticed. Most of the time, however, stealth is just one of many ways to navigate a game, as you deliberately choose the path of the dark villain or quick-witted assassin rather than more powerful approaches. Any game with stealth qualifies for our list of the best stealth games, but it has to do a great job. Sorry Skyrim, you've had your chance. Sorry Assassin's Creed, you've had about 20 chances. The best stealth games emphasize the fun of entering a room and leaving it unchanged except for the briefcase you should have packed or a person you targeted now lies dead without anyone noticing. Alarms go off precisely moment when you walk calmly away from the scene unnoticed. There's nothing like the thrill of putting things on the back burner. Undershot. For us, stealth games are very similar to puzzles. Every move is considered and requires some thought. No wonder then that Gunpoint proves so exciting. This stealth game puts you in the modified shoes of a detective, framed for a crime he didn't commit, but was there to see. As a trenchcoat problem solver, you are not one to fight. Therefore, in each level you must hack everything from light switches and door panels to CCTV systems and trapdoors to create openings through which you can sneak towards your objective. Okay, if you want to cheat and hit a goon, you can. However, triggering an alarm will trigger a timer that will chase you to the exit if you can complete the objective in time. If you don't, an armed man will be waiting for you at the exit. It works dauntingly and challenges you to participate in the stealth-based gameplay Gunpoint demands. It's also worth it, because every time you complete a level, you'll make your way out of the level and vanish into the night, feeling like a real spy. Sign of the Ninja. Those versatile folks at Clay Entertainment make their second appearance on this list. They clearly have more than one blade hidden in their sheaths. While Invisible, Inc. is an indie game focused on tactics and big decisions, Mark of the Ninja ingeniously integrates the mechanics of stealth games in the form of a 2D platformer. Lighting, sound, and hiding places are crucial when sticking to the platformer's shadows, leaping between vantage points before swooping down on your prey with shurikens, blades, and smoke bombs. It's mechanically simple, allowing you to plan and just focus on incisive kills and quick 3-minute 4-step combos. Jump, kill, roll through shadows, and kill others. The 2D aircraft brings a wonderfully focused feel to stealth gameplay, letting you fully appreciate all available obstacle management options in the quietest way possible. Mark of the Ninja goes beyond stealth and 2D platforming and manages to be a unique masterclass of both. Dishonored. Some of the best stealth games can feel like they're turn-based, even the ones that Invisible, Inc. aren't. They're the ones that let you mark objectives, map out patrol routes, and solve problems mentally, all before revealing the concealment and activating action when you're ready. The Dishonored series is the epitome of that style, and as an added bonus, it's just as useful for predatory combat with combos when you're spotted. Beyond that, the Arcane games are a ghoster's dream, with mission stats screens that track not only how many civilians you've killed, but also whether you've been detected, raised the alarm, or left bodies in plain sight. Perhaps most appealing to stealth game purists is the ability to reject the magical powers that Dishonored 2 offers you and approach the game as a contemporary sequel to Thief. Just good. Indeed, if you've completed the first and second Dishonored and want even more of the best stealth games, then the standalone sequel is brilliant, as you'll find out in our Dishonored, Death of the Outsider review. Invisible, Inc. Remember that thing about some of the best stealth games that use well-established gameplay mechanics and focus them all on creating the ultimate stealth experience? Well, that's exactly it. Invisible, Inc. is instantly accessible thanks to its turn-based mechanics, and you can find almost endless challenges in the randomized levels and permadeath design. It's a sci-fi gadget stealth game, hacking and sneaking back and forth as you try to steal things from highly guarded bases, making for untold moments of heavy decision-making. Do you drag your disabled friend to the extraction point, knowing that if you don't, you'll lose them for the rest of the campaign? Or do you use that precious time to try and steal an upgrade that will make the rest of the campaign that much easier? While we associate the best stealth games with real-time suspense, Invisible, Inc. still captures it thanks to cleverly implemented time limits. This is a game for the crafty stealth tactician. Hitman 3. Since the reboot in 2016, the Hitman games are nearing a dramatic end as Agent 47 hunts down the leaders of the secretive Providence organization. This cabal is largely responsible for Agent 47's world affairs and education, but now must dispose of its members in one of many elaborate ways. Like the rest of the reboot series, the choice is all yours. You can find a vantage point to sneak up on your target or infiltrate the scene, sabotaging materials for a clear shot at eliminating them. Whatever your playstyle, Hitman 3 ramps up the excitement nicely, and even includes some unique elusive hunts to add to the challenge. Splinter Cell: Chaos Theory. The Splinter Cell series has always been inspired by Thief's extreme focus on light and sound in levels, and with Chaos Theory, the series has mastered it, even taking into account details like your noise versus the environment. Chaos Theory is packed with innovative stealth gameplay mechanics that still feel great today. You can extract intel on enemies by holding knives to their throats, dragging them up ledges, hanging them upside down from rafters to break their necks, and PHHT. Wearing his night vision goggles, Sam Fisher is a master of the game's nocturnal and dark environments, and it's great fun to turn off the lights and torment your bewildered foes like a less flashy Batman. It's also one of the few stealth titles that also works well in co-opus mode, letting you take on dedicated missions with a buddy. With co-opus stealth moves like holding a cable while the other player rolls it and each launches others into enemies like cannonballs. Foreigners: Isolation. It might be considered one of the best horror games, and one of the best games of 2014, but what are you actually doing? You hide in lockers, crouched, and out of sight while desperately trying not to attract the attention of an instant-killing xenomorph. Sure, the atmosphere of Alien Isolation evokes pure horror, but mechanically it's also one of the best stealth games. Our Alien Isolation review shows that what makes it special is that your enemy, unlike many of its peers, is volatile and unpredictable, and there's no way to anticipate its patterns except through that menacing blip on your radar. Noise is both your best friend and your worst enemy. An ill-advised shot could result in an alien tail through the stomach, but a noisemaker thrown at an enemy patrol could lead to their quick death and your equally quick escape. Commandos 2. Few people have ever been good at Commandos, but everyone respects it as one of the best stealth games out there. The Grey WWII game puts you in control of a group of elite soldiers, each with their own set of skills, who drop you into grueling puzzle-like levels to sneak in and sabotage your way. Every mission takes a long time, and taking it as it comes is the worst strategy you can use. You should always plan several moves in advance, watching enemy line of sight, patrol patterns, and notable hiding places. One wrong move and you can't click your mouse fast enough to get out. If you can't control the situation, it's a quick run. With its pre-rendered backgrounds and isometric perspective, Commandos 2 is one of those stealth games that makes you grumble that they don't make them like they used to and wonder wistfully what a faithful modern rendition would look like. Of this one, solid Metal Gear 5. Metal Gear Solid 5 is many things: an open-world adventure with one of the craziest gaming stories of 2015, explosive action gameplay, and sandbox gameplay filled with fantastic systems to play with at will. Despite all this, in our Metal Gear Solid 5 review, we found that it doesn't forget its roots and remains the best Metal Gear to date, provided you can resist the urge to open fire with an MG when sneaking into an enemy base. Snake's movements flow smoothly between crouching, diving, and crawling as you infiltrate outposts from all angles with knives, highly customizable guns, and the classic cardboard box that MGS enemies don't. Still unsuspecting after all these years, it's fun to sneak up on an enemy and ask them for valuable information before sending them flying into the cosmos with the devilishly funny Fulton balloon. The new reflex mode encourages silent approach, granting you a few seconds of slow motion after being spotted to eliminate your enemy and continue your mission undetected. After all these years, Snake is one of our most popular stealth game protagonists with his repertoire of moves. Thief 2. It may be old, but at least it's better than the reboot. Our Thief test reveals our disappointment with the game's anti-open world. In places, it's as grating as the Mechanist Sentinels patrolling the latest levels, but Thief 2 is unparalleled among pure stealth games. Others just dare to borrow elements from it rather than try to expand it to replicate it. That's because Thief 2 doesn't address the cheap thrills, slick action, and bloodshed we modern gamers crave. It's almost stark in its discretion as you roam the rudimentary and sprawling levels, staying out of sight at all costs. It remains one of the few games that uses lighting as a viable stealth mechanic, and your ideal conditions are one where you can barely see anything, as that means your enemies can't see you either. The open levels are brilliantly designed and set around grand palaces and cathedrals that you don't feel the least bit guilty about robbing blindly. But you won't be exploring them using radar, X-ray vision, or fancy abilities in the fashion of modern stealth games like Splinter Cell and MGS. It's just you, your senses, and your blackjack if you really need it. Deadly Cycle. Deathloop is a stealth action game set on the fictional island of Blackreef, where you play Colt Vaughn, a man who wakes up on the beach surrounded by empty beer bottles and a vague memory of the day before. It isn't long before you are introduced to the island's hostile and manic inhabitants, mask-wearing fanatics, and a group of assassins called the Eternalists. Deathloop is not exclusively a stealth game, but it can be played as such, and the numerous missions, puzzles, and combats justify its stealth approach. The island is teeming with enemies and everyone is your enemy, and while it's fun to fight your way through areas with your collection of powerful abilities and special weapons, sometimes it's easier to crouch and avoid detection so you don't have to start all over again. There you have it, the best sneak 'em ups available to play on your sneaky PC. Wait, no, not yours. You need to calm your GPU fans a bit. You won't go unnoticed through all the buzz. Either way, when you're tired of killing, take up arms as part of a massive army with the best PC war games. But now we must retreat into the shadows. And so you should. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and support my channel.